Hi, you guys. It's September the 12th. It's 4:56 a.m. The Most High just woke me up around 4:30. I wanted to come to you guys because the Most High just gave me a dream. I don't remember all of it, but I haven't had many dreams lately. I think I had one on September the 1st and one on September the 3rd. And if I've been having them, I don't remember them. And I was reading the Wisdom of Solomon last night before bed. Well, I was listening to it before bed. I had made a recording of it for myself. It's not a very high quality recording. It's a lot of noise, but I was listening to it before bed. And when I went to sleep, I had this dream. The Most High gave me this dream. And I just wanted to tell you guys about it because I just want to see what you think. I've been doing screen recording videos. Some of them there's a clicking noise, so I'm hoping that won't be the case here. But I'm gonna lay the phone down and see if maybe that eliminates it. So in this dream, I was in a classroom, and there were quite a few people in the classroom. And actually, let me go back a little bit. Maybe yesterday or the day before, I was talking to one of my relatives. He's actually the only one of my relatives that I still talk to. And somehow we came up upon some of our teachers from the past, like the high school teachers, and I use the term teacher loosely. And we had a teacher named Mary Daniels. And Mary Daniels was very racist, very hateful, very spiteful. She was a little high school teacher, and she was an old woman. She was probably in her 60s, and she had a face like a rat and teeth like a rat. So this is what I remember about this person. One day I was in her class and we had some type of test, and I finished. I was a very quiet student. I did my work and went on about my business. I didn't cause trouble in class. I just was there to do my work and go home. So in her class, I was the only Israelite male or the only black male, right? Now, I had a female cousin that was in the class that sat next to me. So we took some tests and I finished my test first. And my cousin copied off my test and two other people copied off my test, right? Now, no, my cousin copied off my test and I think two other people copied off her test. So we get the test back and I've got an 80 and they have a 100. So I'm like, that can't be right. And so they're laughing like, how did we get a 100 and you got an 80 and we copied off of your test? So I take my test up to the front to this teacher and to this wicked one. That's what I'm going to call her, the wicked one. And she's like, oh, well, that's the grade you received. You can't be upset about it. And I was telling her, I'm not upset. I'm just asking why I have all the same answers as other people and they have a 100 and I have an 80. So she takes my test and starts looking over it as if she made a mistake. Then she changes my grade. Oh, here you go. Here's a 100. She changes my grade. And I was like, but did you change in the grade book? So she changes it and I go back to my desk and she was pissed off. And I realized this wicked person had probably been lowering my grades this entire school year, just out of spite and hatred, right? So if any white kids would ask, to go to the bathroom, she'd be like, oh, sure, of course, go ahead, Libby. Now the white kid would be gone for 50 minutes, the entire class. They would come back 1 minute before the bell would ring. She wouldn't say a word. But if a black person's like, oh, can I run to the bathroom? No, you cannot. No, she would just try to cause problems. Most of the teachers that I ran into were racist when I was in high school and very wicked. So anyway, he and I got onto the subject of this teacher, and I said she's probably dead and in hell fighting fire. And my cousin laughed, but I wasn't kidding. I was serious. And so he looked her up in the obituaries, and she is dead. She died. So I had this dream. The Most High gave me this dream tonight. So in this dream, I was in a classroom with multiple people. There was a lot of people in there. And this was an old style classroom, like a 90s, like a 1999 or 98 classroom. I didn't see any computers. There was like a green board on the wall with like little banners up above the board. Looked like they had stapled into the wall or something. And, just books around, your little trash public high school in the U.S. You guys have probably seen those places. So now At the front of the class was me in the middle. There was this black guy on the right. He was really dark skinned. He was in really good shape. I've seen him before. And there was, I'm pretty sure it was a guy that I used to watch on Instagram. And and then he was with some girl, I think. And then that was on the right of me. On the left of me, there was this black lady. She was overweight. She had like a kind of a rough ponytail. She had her hair pulled back in a rough ponytail. And she had a police uniform on. She was a cop. And, I said hello to both of them or whatever. And I don't remember everything that happened. But at the end of the class, I got up. It was time to leave. Now, keep in mind, there was no teacher in this class. I don't ever remember a teacher coming in there, showing up, telling us anything. We were just in this classroom. People were talking. I don't know if anyone was learning anything or what. But I don't remember any teacher in the class or ever coming into the class. So the end of the class came and it was time to leave. So I got up to leave and I was trying to walk out. But for some reason, the black lady in this cop uniform, she wouldn't move her desk so I could walk out of the classroom. Like, she saw me. I was like, can you move your desk? She saw me trying to get past her desk and she just sat there still. She would not move her desk. It's like she was trying to be an obstacle, right? So I'm like, what is this lady's problem? I didn't say anything. So I picked my foot up and I like maneuvered it. I have a hurt foot right now. I picked my foot up, the one that's hurting, and I maneuvered it behind her desk and around her desk to the side. And I walked on past anyway. So when I walked past and she realized that what she was doing was not an obstacle to me, she gave me the nastiest attitude and the nastiest look, right? But she never got up out of that desk. So I was thinking, why is this black lady trying to put an obstacle in front of me? Why is she trying to stop me from moving forward? So anyway, I went ahead and got past her. Now, before I got past her, when I was sitting down, and I told you guys there was a black guy that I think I watched him on Instagram. And you know how sometimes in dreams you have certain people represent certain things or other people. It may not actually be that person. So in this dream, the black guy, he was with some girl, but he kept coming over to my desk. This is before I left. He kept coming over to my desk, like talking to me. He kept smiling really hard. And I was like, what, I guess he was trying to be my friend or something like that. So he was touching my shoulders and trying to touch my chest. And I was like, what are you doing? And he was just smiling so hard. It was almost like how if a woman were to flirt with you, you know how sometimes if a woman finds you attractive, she'll come hang around you and smile at everything you say and laugh. And, she'll try to touch your arm or touch your shoulder or lean on you. That's what he was doing. But it was a very strange thing. So anyway, he eventually walked away from me and sat down. So I thought, I just started in a dream, like, what is he doing? I never got upset or anything. I was just like, what is he doing? So anyway, all three of us in the front row of the classroom were Israelites. It was a black lady that was a cop. And then it was this black guy that was sitting next to the right of me. And I'm going to say this, that black lady, I don't think she was an Israelite, just to be real. She looked like one, but something tells me she wasn't, because she was the one who was trying to block me and stop me from moving forward and going on with my business. So there were a bunch of people from other nations behind us in the classroom. There were like Caucasians and a bunch of other people behind us. I didn't hardly see any of them because the dream was not about them. It was only focused on the three of us. So, what else happened there? Okay, so after I got past the black lady, the cop, after I got past the obstacle that she threw up, and when she didn't want to move, I walked out of the classroom. Now, I was the only one that left the classroom. Everyone else was still there. I don't know what that was about, but I was the only one that left the classroom. So I just thank the Most High for speaking with me and giving me this dream, because I haven't asked for interpretation yet, but I'm going to do it right now. Now, other things happened before this. Before we got into this classroom, I just don't remember what it was. It was like a long type of dream. And I feel like I remember walking in a mall or some type of shopping center with someone else or something like that, but I'm not sure. And it seemed like there was a dog in the dream. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I feel that this dream, I've been wondering why the Most High hasn't been giving me many dreams and visions lately. And sometimes I feel some type of way when that happens. I feel like I've done something or, whatever. I don't feel good about it. But I also realize that I think the Most High gives you rest from certain things because sometimes, all the times, usually the stuff he shows you is pretty intense, right? So he will speak with me when he chooses to, and I'm good with that. I'm just working on being okay if I don't have any dreams or visions, and especially with everything that's going on. And if I think that, the Most High isn't talking to me, I just get up and look out of the window and I see this. And I know that, he's talking to me. He has given me this day and the sunrise. You know what I mean? So he's giving me rest and perfect peace. So now, what I think this dream means is this. We were in this classroom, and the way it looked like a Gentile classroom. And nobody learned anything, which sounds just like public school. You're in there, you don't learn a damn thing. You do a bunch of silly worksheets. You don't learn anything about finance, money, credit, owning property, owning a business, creating LLCs, creating S corps. You learn absolutely nothing about how the real world works. And then you take your little silly aptitude test that tells you you can be a waiter or a plant worker or whatever is going on in the local industry in that little city. They try to tell you, oh, well, you could be so and so, so and so. So anyway, I think in this dream, like we were all in this Gentile type classroom. It was an old style classroom. And it seemed like whatever there was to learn had passed away. Oh, I just learned something. Whatever there was to learn had passed away because there was no teacher in there. And I'm almost sure that was Mary Daniel's classroom, but she was gone. She was dead, so that had all passed away. So we didn't learn anything. We just sat in the classroom for whatever reason. Now, the black lady seemed to be fine in the class. She wasn't having any issues or any problems. It's like the class was made for her. She was fine. The black guy over to the right of me that was smiling in my face so much, he was standing up most of the time. He wasn't really sitting down like that, and he was just not paying attention to whatever was going on in the class. He was just focusing on me for some reason. And only the three of us were sitting up front. We were like right in the front row. The three black people were sitting right up front. And I got the message or the knowledge or something. I was like, oh, it's time to go. So I got up and I decided to leave. And then that lady, the cop, tried to block me. So I'm thinking that has something to do with me leaving the U.S. possibly when I got up and I was ready to leave. And, people were trying to block me, or this cop was trying to block me. And we all know a lot of these wicked things that these cops have done to the men and women and children of Israel. Right. So even though she tried to block me and stop me from getting out, I still sidestepped her and I got out anyway. But she did not get out. It's like she was stuck in that desk. She's not going anywhere. And I think she represents a lot of police officers who are going to have to experience the fall of what's coming next. I'm pretty sure a lot of them aren't going to get out of anything. They're going to have to be stuck in that Gentile learning center where there is no knowledge or wisdom to be had. Okay, there's only destruction to be gained. So as for the black guy, I don't really know I don't know what he was doing, you guys. He didn't leave the classroom, but he was standing up. He could have left, but he chose not to. It seemed like the black woman, she didn't want to leave. She was stuck there. She ain't going anywhere. That's her system. She enjoys being in it. She's trying to protect the Gentile system or whatever's going on and just keep it going. That woman in the cop uniform. But there's a black guy over to the right of me. He was standing up the whole time. He was out of the seat. It's like he was just at the edge of leaving this wasteland, but he didn't. He stayed in there. If anyone was going to leave, I would probably think it would be him. But this is what happened. I don't know if he was portraying a homosexual in a dream, or, I don't know. He didn't really do anything homosexual, but I don't know if he was just being, I don't know what he represented, a friendliness, or, I'm almost sure it had to be homosexual, because he just kept on, like, it was like he was flirting with me. He just continued on, but he didn't do anything. He would like touch my shoulder, or, touch my chest or something, like a normal person. It wasn't anything strange. So I'm unsure, but I feel that I don't know. But anyway, he was able to get out of the classroom if he chose to. But when I was there, he didn't choose to. He stayed in the classroom. I left. So if you guys have any interpretations of this dream, please let me know. I'm thankful that the Most High gave me this dream, because I haven't been having many lately, but also I kind of feel like he's showing us what's going on in live time. Do you have to dream? You can clearly see what's going on every day. The Gentiles are being destroyed. Their trials and tribulations have come to the earth. Their judgment has arrived. It's been here for a while now, and it's not going anywhere. It's not letting up. The same way ours didn't let up, theirs is not letting up, you guys. So, and I'm going to tell you something. I'm thankful to the Most High and Yeshua HaMashiach, because ever since Corona, my business has been doing better than ever. I opened a second business where I send people to like maids to go clean up Airbnbs. I'm getting appointments and stuff without even trying. I'm about to start reaching out this weekend or next week to different Airbnbs. So I decided that whatever virtual, I don't know if you guys know, but I sell properties. So I realized something, whatever a property needs, I can offer. One of my Israelite friends gave me that information. So properties, houses need cleaning, right? So I send maids. In the future, I planned on creating like a landscaping business, because they need the grass cut and other things. I'll send landscapers. I also plan on like having power washers. I can send power washers to clean the house off, the gutters and all that, clean, leaves and branches off the roofs, just general stuff like that. And eventually I will have a construction crew that I can send to get things done. So I'll be doing all these different things under my company that, all basically deal with real estate. So I just want to tell you guys, ever since Corona, it's not due to Corona, it's due to the Most High. Make no mistake. The Most High has been blessing me heavily, and I'm so thankful. I barely have to do anything. I just ask him. I believe that he's going to do it. He does it. I'm thankful. And we go on. I'm also trying daily to abstain from, or to restrain or just stop some of the behaviors I had in the past, being prideful, rude, low down. I'm watching carefully the things that I say. Like I wasn't making a joke about that teacher being in hell. I really do believe she's in hell. Not just because she did me like that, because I know she did generations upon generations of Israelite men like that. You understand what I'm saying? She did. She did. Her entire career was built on trying to fail Israelite men. She didn't do my cousin like that. She didn't try to fail my cousin. But men, like young black boys, and we were only kids. I was only like 16, but she did her best to try to fail me, even though I did all the work required. So all that being said, to say she's probably somewhere fighting hellfire, and that's it, you guys. The tribulation of the Gentiles has come, and I was just thanking the Most High too earlier today, how he has saved me up out of this tribulation, like he said he would. He would save Jacob up out of it. He's pulled me out of the States, and I'm up on a mountain somewhere. You know what I'm saying? With a sunrise like this and peace every day. So I'm just thankful. I feel great. I'm praying. I'm trying to be a better person. I'm trying to make more righteous decisions. This is why I'm reading Wisdom of Solomon, because I'm searching for wisdom. I've been fasting for over 70 days, intermittent fasting now. I've been eating. It really has helped clear my mind up, and I'm a much stronger person, So I might suggest that you guys might want to look into intermittent fasting or fasting, in these days. With everything going on, I think it's necessary to be fasting and in prayer. So thank you guys for listening. I'm going to go ahead and close it out here. All right, so for some reason the video is not closing out here. I don't know what that